Okay, go.
Welcome to our Wednesday night Epic Empire team call. We have super trainer Mr. Joel Freeman on. He is the creator of 10 Rounds, which is the current program that a lot of us are doing. He's also co-creator with Core to Force and also the creator of Lift 4. I'm sure he has other amazing programs under his belt, but I don't know the OG stuff. All I know are those amazing ones. He is just as grounded as it gets, as successful as he has been in this business. I feel like I can always I could text him, I could DM him, whatever I do, and he's there for me in a heartbeat. So I just really appreciate his heart for the Coach Network, and for me just as a friend. So Joel, I'm going to give you the floor, and if you just want to share your story, I think a lot of us have not heard it, so we'd love to hear from you.
For sure. That intro was nice. It's when it's the recorded intro, it's always much nicer than that. So so thanks for letting me jump on. I'm glad I was able to take the place of Mr. Innes, my Rat Pack brother. So we have the same tattoos, so matching tats. So we gotta look out for each other. I unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to bring the genius that he has when it comes to the compensation plan, things like that, but he will be coming later on. Look, my job is definitely not tell you guys how to do your jobs by any means. I've never been that person, but my job is to help you do your job. And the way I see it is everything that I know over the years of my experience that have gone into health and fitness. And then obviously when I'm creating these programs with Lift 4 and now the newest one, 10 Rounds, is to impart all of that knowledge that's up here into your head and into you, because that's what it counts, because I'm not out there trying to sell the program, you are. And that's why I was so excited years ago to come to Beachbody and do this job, because I knew that one person can make a difference, sure, but hundreds of thousands of people can make even a bigger difference. So that was really it. So I'm happy to share that if you want, like a little backstory. Okay, what's the deal? So long story short, because it is a long story, but I have been in the health and fitness industry now since I was 19, basically 18, 19. That was my first job. I was bartending back in West Texas at 18. In Texas, you can bartend, so that was awesome, like taking shots behind the bar. And wasn't into fitness or anything like that, and was going to school at Texas Tech. Didn't have I changed my major like every semester because I just wasn't feeling anything. It wasn't really into any of it, but took a job because I just wanted a different job. I was ready for a change of pace between bartending and then framing houses during the day. I was ready for something different. So I took a front desk job at a gym in West Texas, and it was the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift. It was the graveyard shift. And you see some weird stuff at 3 a.m. when people that walk into a gym and work out at 3 a.m. It's weird and creepy. And I'll tell you what, it stuck with me. But what was cool about it was I was the only one there in that shift. So I had to learn all the things about the gym right off the bat in terms of how to sell memberships. If like a piece of equipment broke, I needed to know the basics on how to fix the treadmill, the elliptical, all the things that usually go wrong with them. How to sell personal training. So I had to learn a lot of different things really quickly off the bat. And, when I look back at it, that was really what kind of, that was like a jump off point for me, because I had to learn so much so quickly that after that, I got really good at the business of it, because as a bartender, waiting tables and my personality, I make friends. I'm an extrovert. I can talk to anybody. So I was really good at selling gym memberships and personal training. And the reason I was good with at it, because I was able to connect with people. I would be able to talk with someone and listen to them and understand very, very quickly what that person, what their personality was, what they were like. And then I was able to then show them how what we had right then would help them. So, and that has been something that's stuck with me over the years. So that was when I was 19. Now I'm 37. I've learned a few things along the way and done a lot of jobs in between of when it comes to the gym world. I did everything, director, manager, general manager, and moved back to LA in 2011. Group exercise director for Gold's Gym Southern California. Then was their marketing director, and then came to Beachbody. Had done Les Mills Pump with Les Mills and Beachbody collaborative projects. So done a lot of different things. So I've been in this. This has been my world for a very, very long time. So I know what it. Let me say it this way: every single objection that you have gotten from somebody, I've heard it. I guarantee you. Like, there's nothing new. Like, even, and when it comes to these programs too, it's like I haven't gotten any new questions about the programs or anything. It's because I've been doing this for so long. Real life. Say that, like, this is not a real job. Like, this is a crazy, amazing job, and I'm very grateful for it, and I love it. But I know what it's like to have an office job. I've sat in a cubicle. When I worked for the Washington State Department of Health for 4 years, I had a cubicle job. I had the 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever it was. I did a lot of sitting, and so I know all those things are, that real life. Wanted to part to people in terms in coaches and with programming is to help you with the understand when you're talking to people how you can help them understand how it will benefit their life. I'm not just saying, like, because everybody wants to lose weight and tone, right? That's what we always hear. I want to lose weight and I want to tone up. Everyone always hears that, but there's so much more that goes into that. I know you know that, but it's really getting into the nitty gritty of more than just saying, great, okay, you want nutrition. Duh, we know that. But you got to really are. What are the what's the triggers? What's causing this person to overeat, undereat, whatever the triggers are. And then when it comes to the exercise aspects of it, you got to find out what do they like to do. If I runner, like, if you see me running, that means something bad is really, like, really, really bad is happening behind me. Like, that's how bad it has to be, because I also box. So I'm going to stand and fight. Like, that's how much I hate running. So if I am running, that's really bad. But if someone tells me, like, hey, you should really go for a run, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm good. I don't want to. So if you're talking to someone and you're trying to get them into a program that's coming out, and it's not to say that these programs are great, because there's people that love running, that they love that endorphin, that they love all that stuff. My father ran marathons for years. They love it. They're crazy people, crazy. But there's people out there that love it, and that's going to be amazing for the running program that's coming out with it, Dallas. So you have to, like, think about, really getting to know your customers and your clients and understanding all the nuances about them and all these different. When a program comes out, or when 10 rounds, for instance, like, you have some, you think people have aggressions right now in this world of children at home all day? I have 2 cats and they are annoying me right now. So I can't imagine the kids around, and you can't smack them around a little bit. So punching some air in terms of shadow boxing may not be the worst thing in the world to talk to people about and really get them into this. So there's a lot of different ways of going about things. My biggest, just really listen and understand who you're talking.
I think he's freezing up. Joel, if you can hear us, you're frozen. Unless it's my computer. Is it my computer? No. We'll let it buffer out.
That they haven't seen the value in it, right? We all, when it comes to price objections, look, you guys, hello, we're all going to go buy it. It doesn't matter what the price is. There's the value in it. So it's not about having that preconceived idea or this list
coming, Mom.
or anything like that. It's the simple fact of just going and listening, understanding what they're saying, and just talk back to them and give them what they're looking for. And it may not be exactly what you thought, but it's exactly what establish the long-term relationship. So that is the longest winded paragraph ever, probably, but that was
it's perfect. And it's true. One thing that I think, when you can master the art of connecting with somebody and understanding not just the physical need, the initial reaction, which is, like you said, just wait. Because that's the part where, one, they lack confidence, they have fear, uh, give you objections.
Right.
But if you dig into the heart of it, like, I mean, I remember the beginning of this journey. Mine was, I didn't like, I would turn the lights out, I would put a towel around me. Like, I didn't want to be seen without my clothes on, which, you know, as a woman, that sucks really bad. And so those little stories are in everybody's story.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you had a baby 4 years struggling to get the weight off. Or you need to lose the weight so that you can get pregnant. Maybe you're dealing with infertility issues or health issues. And it's not until you dig into those true reasons why, because people will always cover it up with, I just want to look, you know, feel better, and the true reasons why is what's going to make somebody really take action. I get to that by connecting with them.
Yeah, look, we all want to look good. We all want our clothes to fit well, and we want to look good naked. That's not a mystery. We all want that. You know, right now, and hearing, you know, in the chat and seeing everything, you know, there's so many coaches that are saying right now how them through this time, which is awesome. You know, and now, but now we're at that next step with 10 rounds, because then you have to think about where you are and where we are in the coaching and where everything is. So like right now, you know, I know there's speed bumps and hiccups. I don't even know the extent of them. I just know what I hear. But I'm sure that, but you know, it's new technology. It's gonna, you know, there's gonna be bumps and along the way. But you know, you still have an amazing program. I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. I'm saying this is an amazing program with the challenge pack to talk to people about in this time. And I know money is also a big thing right now because of if people are working or they've lost their jobs or whatever it may be. That's why there's lots of different options, right? There's not just one pack. There's all these different things. But think about all the different tools that you have in your arsenal, and think about how much, if you've done 10 rounds now and you've gone through that first 6 weeks from the coach exclusive window, now it's your job to share that journey. It's not like now, because, and this is the coolest thing about it, in Jatan, what you were saying too, but when we're talking about, like, you can talk about a product the way it's written. And that's usually how it starts, right? Because you're learning. It's the same thing of like an actor, when they get a script, they're just reading it, but then they memorize it and it becomes a part of them, and they inject their, they do, that's when it becomes real. And so people know if you're talking, if you're reading to them, you're talking at them, or you're actually discussing with them and you're talking to them, and they actually think like, wow, that person's actually, they actually went through this program. So the difference between talking to somebody about 10 rounds versus you having done the entire program, and then you start talking about people, like, you're like, girl, let me tell you, that first week I was like, Joe sucks. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know my left from my right. But then a couple weeks into it, I was loving it. Like, that story makes it so much more personable than anything on a top sheet you can read. And that is exactly why that coach exclusive window exists. And it's the first time ever, you know, 10 rounds was the first time that we did the 3-week early coach exclusive window before the VIP early access started. And so now I'm getting a lot of messages from coaches saying, hey, I just did 10 rounds and we finished off. So what do I do now? I'm like, go sell it. Like, go talk to people about it. So it's easy to get into our own little world too, of like, okay, I just did it. Like, okay, now can you make me a hybrid calendar? No, there's no 10 rounds hybrid calendar coming out until it goes all access, because right now, between now and the fall, the goal is to be sharing this as many people as possible. Like, yeah, great. We have 2 million people on Beachbody On Demand right now. We only have like 130,000 so far that have purchased 10 rounds in some capacity. So we got a big gap still, right? And it's not about just selling those 2 million, but it's bringing more new people in. So all these new coaches that you know, I'm hearing that we're signing up and everything, those are the people we really want to get them into this and show them how this is the best time for this program. I can't imagine a better time to punch out some aggressions. Seriously.
It's kind of crazy how that all lined up, because you went on a complete, like, United States tour.
Yeah.
In hotspots of COVID, New York City, Miami, and then this all happens. I mean, what was that? What did you think? literally,
You know what? Like,
if you
there's,
would have been off, you would not have even had the program.
look, we wrapped, I
Oh, he froze. Missing my text.
just pushing through it, trying to, oh, it was definitely a uh, very interesting scenario to go through. But 5 weeks, yeah, hotspot, Brooklyn, Philly, all these different things. Nobody got sick at all. It was crazy. I think there's just something to be said about, well, we've always been washing our hands. So there's something to be said about just staying clean, people. That's the biggest thing. So yeah, it was definitely gone straight to Vegas because we definitely had luck on our side from that standpoint. But yeah, best time ever to do that.
That's so cool. So what do you got in the works now? What you working on?
There's nothing like, there's no, I don't know. I'm a little bit different, as Jatana knows very well. I'm not the typical trainer. In my world is a little bit different. So, and not talking about that, I'm just saying, like, every program I create, like with Lift 4, I made Lift 4 with the intention and the thought that I would never do another program. Like, I don't ever think about a next program. I put everything I have into that program. I think that's why Lift 4 is just, I know Lift 4 is just, it's still, that's, I love Lift 4 from so many respects of the flexibility and everything that was behind it. The thought and the focus that went into it, I think, is clear and reflected in the fact that it's still, in the top stream programs 2 years later, and 10 rounds. But I put everything I had into that one. That was a solid year of work. And if you guys finish and you get through the end, you'll see at the very last workout, I lose it, man. Cause it was everything I had and everything that, years of effort to really make something. And I knew that was an amazing opportunity to create something that was going to be, that would change the mentality of boxing and everything. So so now I'm like, now that I'm done, I'm like, okay, so now I'm just building stuff around the house, finding things to build at this point.
And apparently people notice that we have the same bathroom tile. They even commented on sorry, I saw you building your outdoor patio thing, and I'm in the middle of renovating. All right, sorry. Lisa Freeze said, what is your favorite Beachbody program that you are not the trainer in?
I don't know. I don't do any of them.
Does Brianna do any of them? Or
Brianne does Lift 4 stuff. I mean, she's been boxing too. So, I don't do any of them because, like, I know what I like, and I like weightlifting and boxing. Those are my two things. So those are my workouts. Those are my world. I've done some of the yoga retreat, the 3-week yoga retreat, and actually really enjoyed that. So I'll say that.
there you go. He said that her sister has done 8 rounds of Lift 4.
That's amazing. What is that? That's like a year. Wait, 8? Yeah. 8 times 7, 56. It's over a year. It's over a year of Lift 4. That just means you're lifting. That's awesome. I love it. That's exactly, and that's what everyone should be doing, is some sort of lifting at least twice a week for the rest of your life.
Have you ever spoken combo while fighting someone?
Talk combo to me. That definitely is going to be a shirt, just so you know. No, I haven't. So, the combo thing. So there's a lot of people that have been asking me about the numbers. And so it's funny, like, it wasn't an argument, but like on Instagram, my favorite is when people try to tell me, like, they're like, I've been boxing for years and I've never used the number system. I'm like, so where have you been boxing? They're like, well, I've done Taibo. And
Hey, don't hate on Taibo.
I'm not hating on Taibo, but it's not real boxing. Real boxing is when you go into a boxing gym and you get your ass whooped. That's real boxing. So she was like, why did you use the numbers instead of just jab, cross, hook, hook? And I was like, because it's authentic boxing. And then she was like, is it really though? I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, started taking my earrings off. Like, I was ready. So it's authentic boxing. So when you're hitting the numbers, so that's number drill. Number drill is when you're hitting pads with your trainer. And it's definitely meant to work on speed and just that muscular, that cognitive development of firing through those combinations. When you're sparring, like when I spar Mike, when we're going for body shots and things like that, yeah, she, you know, our coaches, our trainer, she's not telling us those combos. Those are, because when you start getting hit, everything goes out the window. Like you're like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna do like a body hook, and I'm gonna roll, and I'm gonna like, and then you go, and you're like, wait, what am I gonna do? So it totally changes the minute you get hit and you get into the ring, and like adrenaline kicks in and endorphins kick in. But yeah, so I know I have not spoken combo to anyone yet.
I read that sentence and I was like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
You're just only on day 3, so you got a little catching up to do. You're all right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I woke up day 2 and my arms were so sore. So sore. And I've lifted weights, I've done body beasts, I've done obviously all bottom stuff and Amwala stuff, and my arms all like right here were so sore, and my legs are hurting now. So
you're welcome.
I know. I can't wait to see what day 3 is. I had to skip day 3 today, but that's okay. Cinco de Mayo got the best of me.
That's all right.
I did Taekwondo for 4 years, and I already love boxing more after 5 weeks.
That's awesome. So, you know, there's I have dabbled in almost every respect of mixed martial arts over the years, of Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and American kickboxing. And, you know, we did a lot of that stuff, obviously, for Quarter Force. And I enjoyed a lot of it. And I really, for a long time, I really enjoyed Muay Thai. But the world of boxing is something that just stems back from when I was a kid watching boxing with my grandfather. But it's something I just go back to. I've always gone back to it. And I definitely, like, I don't miss kicking. It's a lot of impact on my lower body, and, you know, feeling that from the, you know, old back injuries. But when you're boxing and throwing the combos, and that's why I was so excited to do this program, because I knew that I could take the best of the entire boxing world and put it into a program. And so, you know, I get a lot of people saying like, well, what's my least favorite move of the program? None of them, because I wrote it. So if I didn't like it, we didn't put the move in. Which is awesome. That's the best thing about writing a program. So it is, seriously, it's the best and the most fun of the world of boxing. I really believe that.
Lisa said, what would be your advice for someone who is intimidated by their lack of coordination, preventing them from purchasing 10 rounds?
Yeah, that's like the number one thing coming into this, that we knew it was going to be a challenge. We knew this was going to be a technical, and I say we as in, you know, my fitness director and the team and Carl, we were talking about that and saying this is definitely going to be more of a technical program. But every program has that. Like Live 4 had the barrier of women thinking they were going to get bulky muscles from lifting heavy, right? 10 rounds is the same. People have this fear that they're not coordinated enough. If you're walking, you're coordinated enough. Like if you can walk forward and back and side to side, you're coordinated enough. It really is that simple. The difference is it's new. That's it. And what we do as adults, we forget that cognitive development aspect of it, because we get so used to being able to do things. Like none of you think about writing or walking or whatever you do on a daily basis, right? Those are things that we've developed over the years in terms of the mind-muscle memory, and it just becomes automatic. That's what boxing is to me. These combos and all these footwork has become automatic to me, but it's because I've been doing it for so long. And it just simply comes down to the fact that you just have to learn. You just have to do it. You have to try it. So everybody is coordinated enough, I promise you. And like, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I don't like the whole coordinated word is the same thing in Lift 4. I didn't like the word bulky. Everyone's coordinated enough. And I promise you, it really, really is as simple. It's simpler than everyone thinks. It's just new. That's all it is. And that's why the boxing basics video, that's why I made the boxing basics video, which pretty much everyone always skips anyway. And then they're like, because they're like, oh, I did Taekwondo, or I did quarter force, or I did this, and I did that. So this is the exact same thing. No, it's not. That's why it's new. If it was like something else, we would call it part 2. So this is new. It's different. So my advice is just tell people, like, look, if you want to actually see something different in your body, we all know this, like, you know, changes don't happen in your comfort zone, right? So you got to step out of the comfort zone a little bit. And Jatana could be attest to this. I've been pushing her to do this for the past couple of weeks, saying, you need to do this program. You need to try it and just do it from start to finish. Take it your own pace. You don't have to keep up with anybody. That's obviously, I say that in the workouts. Everyone, you guys have all heard that. This is you versus you, and there's no keeping up with anybody. That's why we didn't do a modifier, because because we didn't want to say, hey, look, follow this one person. No, it's you. You find your pace. You stay with it. And I promise you, everyone can do it. And the difference between week 1 and week 6 is night and day. But you gotta go through the paces and get out of your comfort zone for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you have to build. I mean, day 1, which is boxing,
Mhm.
I had to give myself, and I'm a perfectionist, so that's why I get frustrated when I can't do something. I just want to stop and do something that I know I can do. And one of the things I told myself in my head was, even if I get my punches off pace, as long as I am in the stance and I'm doing the motion, I'm pivoting, I'm burning calories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm moving my core. And if I have to miss a few punches in the right, with the right arm, 1 and 2, whatever, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, um, I'm still getting an incredible workout in, and I can jump back in once I get the rhythm back.
Yeah, look, all of our before and afters, all of those B&As, which you guys all have access to in your coach online office, you should be using those. You should be showing people that. Every single one of them never boxed before. They were all brand new people. So it does not matter if you nail it. They lost a lot of weight and a lot of inches, and they were flailing around just as much as most people are right now. So you're not going to get it. And everyone's like, oh, you make it look so easy. Yeah, thousands of hours of practice and work for me over the past basically decade of boxing to some degree. It better look good at that point. And that's why we're doing the videos, right? So that's why we bring people into the videos to showcase perfect form, perfect technique, emulate all of that to show people how to do it. And then and the biggest thing too, with that is, this is the stuff that you should be sharing with people that you're talking to. This is why you do these programs ahead of time. And then you can share this journey. Like, look, again, girl, I didn't know what was happening, but I kept moving and I was drenched. So it's not about being perfect. It's just about trying it and doing it. That's all you got to do.
Absolutely. And Holly's tomorrow's her last day of 10 rounds, and she can't wait to do it again, but she's also obsessed with Lift 4. So she was wondering about a combo, combine the two this time around. Any reason why I shouldn't?
I mean, it's a challenge. I know there's a lot of people asking for that. Like, I get touched that for a while, because the program in itself does have the 2 strength training days, and you're not gonna. I mean, those are solid weightlifting days, by the way. And you have to remember, it's the same thing with Lift 4. Like, when Lift 4 came out, there were so many people saying, "Oh my God, there's only 1 leg day, so it's not gonna be very hard." You forget about what you're using your legs for, all the hit stuff, right? 10 rounds is the same thing. Yes, we kind of flip-flopped a little bit, like 3 out of the 5 days, or 4, actually basically 4 out of the 5 days, there's some sort of leg component. Y'all welcome, because everyone's always asking for more legs and booty. So then now it's like flipped on the other side, like my upper body. Well, you have to think about all of the upper body movements that you're doing when you're boxing, right? So that's why I dialed back the upper body training a little bit, because I didn't want anybody to go into any sort of over repetition training, things like that. So you can do Lift 4 in 10 rounds. You just got to be careful with it. And at this point, if you've been doing Lift 4 long enough, you should know you can move things around. Like, you skip the hip, just do the lift, skip the hip, and do 10 rounds, right? Okay, like, you know it. So I'm just not going after that, because what I want to see is, like I said, 130, we have 130,000 people that purchased VIP early access to some degree. They're coach exclusive or actual, customers. I'd love to see that up to 250,000. I'd love to see that keep climbing, because that means that we're pushing it and we're reaching more people. And then I've got some ideas of how to make a hybrid calendar, but I don't want to just do like, hey, here's a 4-week hybrid calendar. I want to go big with this one. So give me some time, and it's going to be good, though, I promise.
Love it. Jessica said, total FOMO, but I can't do 10 rounds until July after the test group. Should have started when VIP launched.
So that means you are in the MBF? Muscle Burns Fat. Did I say that? Was it MBF? MFB?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a couple girls in the MBF program.
It just sounds like an acronym that means something else. I'm not sure. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. I'm very excited. I'm so excited for Megan. I know that woman has been the epitome of patience over the years, and she deserves it. And I know she is so smart when it comes to programming. So like, the program is gonna be amazing. So you'll be all muscled out and ready to roll into 10 rounds in July. It's perfect.
Wait, I'm still trying to figure out the acronym.
Well, muscle burns fat.
Yeah, I got that one. I thought you were saying it meant something funny.
Well, I think it's it's BAMF. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it was. Y'all think about that I'm gonna leave you on that.
My little wholesome brain don't have it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna go make dinner, but
Awesome.
hopefully this was helpful. I know it was. You were expecting Steve S, which I will be texting him and giving him some massive shit for him not jumping on. But I will. I'm just gonna text him and say they got the best looking Rat Pack member tonight. So
there you go. Joel, we love you. Thank you so much for jumping in. You're one of our favorites. So thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Thank you guys for jumping on.
Day 3 tomorrow.
Day 3.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, y'all.